I'm gonna let them know we're doing this. So they can, so at least it can be, captured on YouTube so you can save it. You can't save anything on TikTok. We are live on Instagram also. All right, cool. We're live. All right, we're live. All right, YouTube. What up, YouTube? Hey, look, we're selling a put spread right now. Put credit spread. Put credit spread. We're collecting a credit. You see the price action. We're starting to bounce. We came down low. We're starting to bounce. Now we're holding this level, 524. I'm going to sell the 520 expiring tomorrow. I'm going to sell the 520 expiring tomorrow. All right. Let me throw the screen up for you guys. I kind of have to multitask here because everybody has a different screen. All right, there we go. So now everybody should be able to see what I'm looking at. All right, here we go, TikTok. Here we go, YouTube. We're going to go for the 520s. That's the closest to the 10 delta. This is our closest to the 10 delta. We're going to sell the put first, not financial advice. All right, 25 cents. Looks like we're getting 25 cents. Now we're going to go ahead and buy a put right below. Hopefully I can. Yeah, we're going to buy that put at 5 right here. Boom. All right, continue. I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go 20 contracts. We're going to get to oil. I'm going to go 20 contracts. I think we're good. I'm going to go 20 contracts there. Execute this. I'm going to take my limit order down. Hold on. Can I take it down here? Let's submit it. Let's go ahead and submit it. All right. All right. So we executed that. Your order to open 20 executed. All right, cool. We're in. Now we got a bunch of credit spreads here. Put credit spreads. We got a lot of put credit spreads. All right, let's go ahead and get to the market now. All right. Just wanted to I'm going to start trying to put on live trades for you guys whenever we do go live. All right. So let's get back to the charts here and kind of see what we're looking at. We have some content to get to. Looks good though. Looks good. Here we are. 5. What are we looking at? Just try to straighten you guys out here. We're looking at a hold, and here's the indicator I'm looking at for some of you guys. We talked about this on the last stream. Okay, I'm looking at market participation. I'm using ADD, right? Advanced decline in the blue. Light blue is going to be your S&P 500. That's just a line, right? I'm not going to use the candles on this. This is for the visuals. The dark blue is your advanced decline. We got that reversal right here. We had the advanced decline reversal. Okay, let me try to make it a little clear. There we go. There's a reversal. You see it reverse. Advanced decline was falling. Boom, got the reversal. And I wanted to get in earlier, but I was waiting for price action to confirm. And now you get the volume, advanced decline volume starting to reverse up again. So I'm going to be long on those, expiring tomorrow. I just need the price to stay above 520. That's it. We just need to stay above 520. Put credit spread. Okay, let's jump over to the market. If you got questions, throw it in there. But let's go ahead and go over this macro. Let me stream. You can see if you're on YouTube, you can see on the bottom, those are the topics we're going to go over. If you want to look, our first topic, okay, is crude oil is breaking down. And this is all about the bull market, the summertime rally. It is still setting up. Summertime rally setting up. What is a rally? Well, the market, I think we're going to have a pretty nice rally the way we did last year. So crude oil starting to break down. Here's the topics. I'm going to go over them. Let me get a swig. All right. Then why did you buy puts? No, I sold puts, bro. I know it's kind of confusing. It's a put credit spread. So I sold puts that were more expensive at 520. And then I bought puts at 519. So it's just a put credit spread. Hedging my bets, right? All right, so crude oil. We're going to go over crude oil today. We got the ISM manufacturing index. We're going to go over interest rates. We're going to go over the dollar. We're going to go over S&P 500 support, and then a couple individual stocks and crypto. That's what we're going to hit. First, let's start with oil. This is huge. Oil is pressing a 3-month low here. Okay, we're pressing a 3-month low. I think we're there just about. A 3-month low is, I think we're here in what, February, March, April, May. So we're pretty much touching a 3-month low in oil. That's very constructive for the macro. Why? Because of inflation, right? Oil is one of the biggest inputs to inflation. We're not talking about core, obviously, but the headline, and this is going to seep into core. This is going to help core out also. Can you explain spreads to me, puts, please. We'll go over it again. Malamu, we're gonna go over the topics first on you. If you want to jump to the YouTube, subscribe. I'll do it, bro. Go subscribe to the YouTube or jump into my comments. Go into my YouTube comments. Link is in the description, and just say, hey, can you go over put credit spreads? Can you go over spreads real quick? And then I'll see that comment on the YouTube, and then we'll go over it. But we're gonna get through the topics first. All right, my guy. All right, so here we go. Dang, stop zooming in. There we go. All right, here we go. So oil tanking, right? Oil is starting to tank, starting to roll over. And the question is, why is oil rolling over? Why is this good for the market? Because lower oil means lower expectations for inflation. Lower expectation for inflation means the Fed becomes more dovish. If the Fed becomes more dovish, rates are going lower and the market is going to explode. I don't want to say it's going to explode. That's really egotistical, right? Nobody knows. But the probability of the market really starting to drive higher off lower rates, easing rates, right? Lower inflation. That is the bull case here. That is the bull case. So oil falling, making a 3-month low is very bullish for stocks and crypto. Makes the Fed a lot more dovish. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, why is this the case? Well, let's go to the macro data. Also, keep this in mind. This is all because earlier, the traders, I don't want to go there. Let's stick with the data first. Let's go to the data first. All right. Let's go to the calendar. I'm going to throw you guys. Don't lose me, TikTok. Stay. You want to learn here. Okay. We're going to go to the calendar. Here's the calendar. They do not like to see the data. They just want to see charts on TikTok. But you know what? We're going to go over the data here. All right. So this morning, our key macro data this morning was the ISM manufacturing index. You can go to this website. I'm going to make it a little more simple. Let's go to 3 stars so we can get rid of the noise, right? That's all we want to see. The most important data here. ISM manufacturing PMI this morning came in weaker. I'm going to have to move you over because you guys can't see it very well. All right. There we go. Previous was 49, came in weaker. Let's just look at the chart here. Okay. Let's look at the chart. You can see the ISM. And what is the ISM? This is basically a broad measurement of manufacturing activity in the economy. So it's looking at every single sector who is utilizing manufacturing. And they're saying, hey, activity is slowing, right? Activity for the manufacturing is slowing. Is it a recession? Well, not exactly, but it means we're slowing down. Forward-looking growth is starting to slow down, right? If we turn it into I always like this better. I always like to look at the chart because we can see more on the chart. You can see that we ripped higher. This was after COVID. We peaked. This is the business cycle. These cycles is literally, this is the economic cycle here. All right. This is what's coming out in the course, how to gauge the economic cycle, how it correlates with stocks, everything else, right? In markets. Anyways, we're still rising. Look, we're still in an uptrend. We're still rising. The economy, the business cycle is still expanding. But today we got to cool down, right? We started to cool down, up, down, up, down. So we're cooling off. That's not bad. That's actually positive for the markets. And I'm going to show you why that's positive, right? Now let's go back to 2 stars. We might have to go to 3 stars because I want to show you why this isn't necessarily a bad thing. So you have ISM, PMI manufacturing here. Don't lose me. Stay focused. You want to learn this, right? Now, employment actually went up. So ISM employment is all the supply chain managers and how many people they're going to be employing next month. So even though the index is down, employment is rising. So they're hiring more workers and they're in expansion territory. When you look at anything ISM, Institute of Supply Chain Management, right? That's what it is. Supply chain management. Supply chains are key to understanding the cycle of the economy, which is going to also give you insight into where the stock market is heading. So 50 is expansion. If you're above 50, below is contraction. So the overall index is contracting, but employment just went up. So that's positive. Yes, the index came down, but employment is climbing. That means this is probably just a short-term cool off for the ISM. Okay, because they're employing more people. So obviously they're seeing, hey, business is actually picking up. We need to hire more into the future, but we didn't have orders up. So this month you go to new orders, most leading indicator, new orders came down a lot. So there's less orders in the manufacturing sector. The orders are actually, that was a big drop. So this is definitely a slowdown in the manufacturing economy. We'll get the service ISM, I believe it's on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll get service PMI, but this is manufacturing, right? So we get the slowdown there. This is exactly why oil's breaking down, because it saw that new orders, right? And think about oil. What is oil? Oil is the input to the economy, the energy input to the economy, right? So the entire economy needs energy to run. And when they see that new orders into the future, ISM new orders are collapsing. They're not collapsing, kind of looks like it. When they see that they're falling, oil traders are selling oil because there's going to be less need for oil, less need for energy. Demand is down. If demand is down, then, they're going to sell oil. So that's why oil is really, selling off. Now, this is good for inflation. These are prices in the manufacturing index are starting to come down. So now that prices are coming down, that's not inflationary. Get rid of the stagflation. Where is inflation? There's no inflation. Okay, there is no. And when I say inflation, it's not reaccelerating. It might be up, but it's not reaccelerating. This is tradingeconomics.com. You guys should be able to see it at the top. Look up here, you'll be able to see it. Okay. Anyways, the reason why oil, okay, is falling is because the ISM manufacturing is signaling an economic slowdown in the short term. And guess what? We're heading into the summer where demand should be its strongest. So if we're already falling, that tells me this was priced in. This priced in the summer. April priced in the summer. This is disinflationary. This is very bullish for markets because energy is coming down. Inflation is going to ease. The Fed is going to turn dovish, and the market's going to go higher. Sorry, I had a little tickly in my nose there for YouTube. Anyways, yeah, that's what we're looking at. Now, the second piece here is crude oil down, weaker ISM, right? Weaker business cycle. What does that do to interest rates? Look at interest rates ready to break down. We talked about this last week. Interest rates, the bond rates these are bond rates. I'm sorry. These are interest rates to the stock market. This is not necessarily the Fed rates, but these are bond rates, 10-year bond rates to the stock market, US Treasury rates, debt rates, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like they're putting in a lower high, right? The trend is starting to come down. 3 days in a row, rates are starting to slow because now it's confirming the economy is slowing down. And if we break, now we might just, go back up. It depends, for the rest of this week. Friday's employment, that's the biggest data point on Friday. We want to see employment. The Fed is really going to key on employment on Friday. Either way, if we start to roll over with rates, very bullish for the market. Okay. And we're not going into recession. You saw the ISM employment still picking up, right? Joe Biden will print more money. If anything starts to slow down, growth will pick back up. They're going to keep spending on defense. The Fed is going to cut rates. The Fed is going to increase the money supply. So I'm not worried about a recession, right? Not in an election year, not in a pre-election year, because the financial authorities, the monetary authorities will avoid a recession at all cost. So you have the 10-year rates coming down. Now look at the dollar. The dollar, this is bullish for crypto. I think this is the best crypto signal. If we get the dollar actually break, it could just be testing the trend. If you get the, dollar actually roll over, then that is a tailwind for markets, right? Less currency, asset prices go higher. When the dollar goes up, risk off. So you're getting the macro really starting to set up. My main macro forces, here's the three. Oil, easing, inflation expectations are coming down. Interest rates, easing. Stocks go higher because valuations are higher because it costs less to fund your growth, right? Dollar coming down, that's just a risk on signal. When the dollar falls, asset prices go higher. So those are the three macro forces that are setting up for the summertime rally. Summertime rally. And crypto is set to really rip. You got to pay attention to crypto here. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, don't go chasing everything else. You can, but I'm not going to tell you any of that, right? No Dogecoin, no Pepe coin, no Shiba coin. I know they're big. I know they look attractive. I know you want to gamble, GameStop, but be careful there. Be careful. The rug could always come, be pulled underneath. So anyways, back to the S&P. I think we're going to look at what S&P support levels. Yeah, let's look at the S&P support levels. Go over a couple questions here. Your resonance, what up? Yeah. Just check out that website. What do you think of SMCI has dropped today? SMCI, can you explain to me? Okay, I guess that guy took off. XRP, nah, not interested in XRP. I think XRP, bro, just no XRP, no XRP. Okay, now remember the reason why I'm so bullish, the last employment report, take a key on this. Okay, I'm trying to make it so that TikTok can see also, but the last employment report that we had, dang it, this is tough to move both at the same time. This was our employment report right here. I believe it was the 2nd. I believe it was Thursday the 2nd. I could be wrong. It's somewhere around here. I got these labeled for a reason. But we had the FOMC meeting, and then we had the employment report. And right after the employment report, remember, it came out weaker than expected. Okay. Unemployment was higher, weaker, a little, slower labor market, weakening labor market, and payrolls were down. Payrolls were lower than expected. And what did the stock market do? It jumped. Why did it jump? Because weaker labor market means lower interest rates. Lower interest rates means better stocks. When I say better stocks, I mean the valuation gets better on the stocks. The stock market wants lower rates. As long as we don't go into a recession, lower interest rates, just like lower interest rates on your borrowed money, right? Your credit cards, whatever it is, if your rates come down, you have more buying power. So a weaker economy, a softening economy is good for stocks. That's why I'm telling you today, right? Today we had the S&P, or I'm sorry, you had the ISM come in weaker than expected, and stocks are up. No, I'm just kidding. Stocks are down. They are down. But we did bounce. I think we're just pulling back. We're going to find support. That's what I said in Twitter today. If we do pull back, we're going to find support. And I think, 522 support. That's why I sold them puts. Let me slow down my speech. I know somebody told me to stop talking so fast. I just get excited here. We're pulling back. Don't get fooled. We're not going lower. We're very likely not to make a new low. We're very likely not making a new low anytime soon. This is probably the low for today. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think definitely this is the low. There's no reason for us to sell off. The ISM employment was strong, and prices paid, which is an inflation gauge, was lower. So no inflation and no recession. That's what that means. All right. So we're looking good here. We're looking good. We should be going up. Now let's take a step back here. Let's take a step back on the 30-minute chart. How are we looking on the RSI? These are my levels. Okay. RSI, the reason I got long those put spreads, which is a bullish strategy. The reason I got long, because we are kind of oversold. We're also kind of oversold. We did this on Friday too. Oversold on Friday. We've got the puts, right? Not bought puts. We sold puts. We sold puts here, put credit spread. And I sold a little more puts here. And that doesn't mean we can't go lower. I just think the probability of, remaining higher by tomorrow's close is positive. I think we're positive on that. Let's take a step further back. 4-minute chart. We still look pretty bearish on the 4-minute chart. Okay, looks pretty bearish. So I think these levels, could hold, especially if we go into Friday with a weaker report. We are getting a nice little capitulation candle, right? Came down to that support. And another thing you want to look at for the technicals is just pure, the previous resistance that we ran into. This was Friday, so we got Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday, here's our resistance. 520, call it what? 525. You want to call it 525? Call it 525. Resistance twice. Once. Dang it, messed that up. This is kind of tough. All right. 1, 2. So we dropped that. We kind of got below it, and I was like, we'll see. And then we got to the pre-market lows here, bounced on that level. We bounced at this level. So I think, as long as we hold, we should be good. Now, I am watching in the intraday. Where is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong chart. No wonder. I'm watching this to make sure we stay above, right? I want to see the volume increase, participation increase. I want to see all the stocks in the New York Stock Exchange continue to participate further. So market breadth is looking good. I'm going to hold this trade. Tomorrow it's done. All right, let's go back to the macro. Let's get back to the macro here. The S&P is still in an uptrend. I'm still bullish. Why would I get bearish? We're still in an uptrend. We're still trending higher, right? On the daily chart, we're still trending higher. Okay. Making higher lows. Here's our low, higher low, higher low, big push. And then this might be the low. I think it is. And yeah, I think we're good. GameStop. Okay, GameStop. I'm not interested in GameStop. Not yet. SMCI. We'll check out SMCI, and then we're going to go over Robinhood. So look, our support levels, just real quick, 518 and about 515. I think 515 could be the lowest if we get down there. I don't see a reason for us to go to 518 or 515. I don't see it. It doesn't mean it can't happen. I just think the probability is much lower. The higher probability is today is the low until Friday. Or we come back and retest 518 going into Friday. We could come back and retest 518 going into Friday. All right, we'll look at SMCI. SMCI. Ooh, I don't like SMCI. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of SMCI, bro. Why not XRP? Because just real quick, because XRP, listen, XRP, just to make it simple, XRP was betting that institutions like DTCC, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Swift, they were betting that all these financial institutions and the legacy finance would be using the XRP ledger. In fact, they're building their own blockchains, right? They're not using XRP's blockchain. They built their own private blockchains. Therefore, XRP's narrative pretty much disappeared, right? You pop the bubble, it's gone. That's why it hasn't made new highs for the last 2 cycles. XRP is trash in my view. It's trash in my view. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that's the truth. It's trash. So yeah, SMCI. Let's see. I don't really like SMCI, man. I really don't. I just I don't. I'm not an expert on it. I like AMD a lot better. If you're gonna go chips, right? If we're gonna take a look at chips here, let's go to chips. If we're gonna look at chips, I'd rather look at a AMD, even Qualcomm, maybe even Qualcomm. See what Qualcomm's looking like. Oh, let me move this over. This is a weird looking chart. Yeah, this is a little better. Qualcomm. Here, I'll move this over so we can see on TikTok. Not a fan. Let me check Instagram real quick. No comments. Okay. All right. So yeah, I am not a fan of SMCI. I mean, Nvidia's up a lot. Also, Nvidia's up a lot. Nvidia probably continues to go higher. I just don't want to chase it. I think there's a much better risk reward right here with AMD. Right, it's been holding this uptrend for the last 2 years, pretty much. Well, I guess you could say a year and a half. This uptrend is still intact. It's a lot easier to see. We pulled back to the previous all-time high. We're starting to hold the previous all-time high. Okay, we broke out of a reverse head and shoulders. I got to look this way because this is in my head. So reverse head and shoulders, boom, boom, broke out. Now we're holding the previous resistance. We're starting to hold it, boom, boom, boom. Multiple holds. I like this. I think this is a much better risk reward than chasing SMCI. Yes, employment report is on Friday. I jumped in when you switched from the website. What is the website again? It is tradingeconomics.com. Tradingeconomics.com. Okay, GME. We'll take a look at GME. I'm in NVIDIA, bought it before the report. Okay, nice. He said, Sal. GME. I know you guys want to chase GME because, Pretty Kitty, Mr. Pretty Kitty, he probably sold up here. Who knows? People want to see a GME. You really want to see, GameStop. So let's take a look at GameStop on a technical basis. It had that gigantic move, came back down, filled the gap. Now, this is our gap. We put this gap up here about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And oh no, this isn't the gap, is it? No, that's not the gap. Here's the gap. It's like right here. Gap's about right here. Let's draw it up. This is the gap. Okay. So GameStop basically fill the gap. And that's, if it does fill the gap and start to move up, it is bullish. And it broke. Well, I guess it did that in pre-market this morning. Broke above the previous resistance level. So that is pretty bullish for GameStop. I will say that. Plus, you're getting more market liquidity. Remember, we're in June now. The Fed is now tapering QT. An easier way to say it, the Fed is no longer removing money from the market at the pace that they were before. They're starting to convert over to QE. So you're going to see meme stocks, probably crypto crap stocks, explode because more liquidity is coming into the market. But on a technical basis, GME, I mean, I really don't like it. Let me go to this chart because this is going to be a little more technical. If you're talking about today, I'm definitely not going to advocate for GME. I don't like that stuff. You can get lucky if you want to get lucky. I'm not the guy. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to show you how to get lucky on GME. I think it's very low probability. I think it's a bad habit. All right. It's hard to get the tick here. Let me move the camera back. It's hard to get both of you guys in here at the same time. Let me scoot back. All right, there we go. So we're below VWAP. It looks like it's starting to bottom out a little bit, but again, you're making a huge bet here. You're making a huge gamble. I think it would be better if GameStop filled this gap at 23, started to hold, and you get long. I wouldn't do it though. I'm not going to chase GameStop. I'm just not going to do it. This is not a new game. It's not a surprise anymore. What else we got? Jimmy shows a crash by okay. All right. So again, we went over AMD. Let me see. Let's go over AMD one more time. AMD, I like it's holding support. Let's go to that 4-hour chart. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Okay. Let me take the volume off. I don't really want to see the volume right now. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. It's just a lot better technicals. It's holding the previous support. Okay. It's holding the previous our resistance level. What is it? 160-ish? Let's go to like 160. We're looking at 160 here. Look at that. And we've been holding this for a minute. All right. So AMD, much better. Let's go to the daily. Okay. Much better trade here, in my view. Also, you get the bullish RSI, not RSI, my bad. You get the bullish EMA crossover. Okay. I believe this is the 9 EMA. So we're on the daily chart. This will be the 9-day EMA crossing the 21-day EMA. And you just got to hold 160. 160. As long as we hold 160, AMD can run. And I am trading AMD at the moment also. Right? I also like Robinhood. I like Robinhood also. You could throw your stuff out there. I just want to throw this out there. I like Robinhood also. GME is just going to be such a low probability. Are we on the Yeah, we are on the log chart. No, we're not. No wonder that looked funny. Okay. Want to be on the log chart. Okay. So Robinhood looks a lot better. Trading volumes are picking up. If GME and you get the meme stock craze, guess what? Robinhood makes more money. Their revenues are going to be up. Crypto goes higher, Robinhood makes more money. So Robinhood's less risky, more consistent play. Do I like it right here where it's at? It's not bad. I mean, it was better down here. It was better, somewhere around this spot, 18. Can it still run? Sure, it can still run. Is it holding previous all-time highs? Yeah. So maybe this is a good play. We're holding that last high. We're holding the previous high. So Robinhood looks pretty good. I also like Palantir. Could we buy AMD at 155? I mean, it really depends where the market's at the moment. 155 is down here, bro. It looks good, but it really depends where the S&P is. It depends. Did the narrative change? It depends. It really depends on the macro narrative. Where is the dollar? Where are interest rates? Did something change in the market? To break 160, something has to change to break 160. Right? So it could be a yes and it could be a no on AMD. All right, next Palantir. And these are the same stocks I've been pointing out because they just look better than everything else. And I like to look at tech, right? I'm going to look at tech a lot more than I do these other names. There's CEG, which is a utility company, but I don't really like the price action. It's a utilities company, and we all know because the hyperscalers are spending so much money. They spent $170 billion more capex than they did last year for AI. A lot of electricity, a lot of data centers. So sure, I'm sure that stock goes higher, but I'm also sure Palantir goes higher. And Palantir has a lot of support here. Oh, no wonder I'm on the wrong charts. Okay. I'm on the wrong charts. These charts have all my here we go. So Palantir kind of is in a range. It's in a small range, but you can see it's holding, right? A lot of support here, continuous support. I like the hold of 2021. I want to see the hold of 2021, right? Or at least 2050. 20 and 50 cents. 20 and 50 cents. It's looking good. It's looking really good for Palantir. All right. So we went over Robinhood, AMD, Palantir. Are you sure? Daniel says, are you sure? Sure about what, Daniel? I'm not sure. Give a little more context. Give me a little more context there. AMD down to one. Excuse me. AMD down to 120. Please check my question. What'd you say? Why don't you like SMCI? I don't. So my resonance, I'm not an expert on SMCI. I haven't looked in it too much, but I think that SMCI has a lot more to prove, and the price action doesn't look so. It doesn't look so pretty to me. I don't think it's the best risk reward. It's not the next Nvidia. It's just not the next Nvidia. It's just like crypto. People get so excited about something that runs up. So I want to see a little more consolidation from SMCI. I want to see a little more consolidation. I don't think it's ready yet, right? I know you want to buy in this down, but I want to see it hold support here. This thing could crack and go much lower, right? It could just crack. So I want to see a couple more holds, couple more holds here for SMCI. I don't know what their balance sheet looks like. I don't know the fundamentals, so I can't really say too much, but I want to see it hold. If it can hold, then it looks good. Am I sure this is the right chart? Daniel, give me more context, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Is this the right chart for what? Right? Tell me, give me a little more context on what you're talking about. AMD. I think maybe this was what he was talking about. I'm not sure. AMD. Also, hey, look, I know people are chasing those meme stocks, but this is the only meme stock right here. It has 95% short interest. So this, I think, has the most potential for a gamma squeeze. A gamma squeeze. That's a huge short squeeze. AMC and GameStop don't have the same like fundamentals that they did in 2021. They just don't. They can go higher. I'm sure they do, but they're not going to see a gamma squeeze. Now, this stock, SPWR, okay, and this is just kind of like, this is really a gamble here. 95% short interest. Damn, I can't even talk. Over here stuttering. 95% short interest. So if those shorts get squeezed, if we get a hedge fund jump in, then this one's really going to blow up. A much smaller market cap. And I believe they did an offering today. They did a stock offering, which should have sent the shares much lower. And it's holding up. It's holding up okay. Right. So it jumped along with AMD. Anyways, if this continues, I like this one better. My guess is it makes, it moves a lot more than AMC and GME. Could be wrong. Just keep your eye on those three. It's probably more. Here's AMC. Yeah. I'm really not a fan of these though. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to trade them. Okay. All right, Tesla. Let's go ahead and check out Tesla. I know Tesla is just ripping you up if you keep trying to get long. You got to be patient with Tesla. You got to be patient here. It's all about catalyst at this point. Tesla is all about catalyst. It is forming that wedge pattern, right? So when this wedge finally breaks out, you don't want to just chase Tesla. You want to wait for the breakout. You want to wait for significant volume to come in, and you want to make sure that it is holding VWAP. It's just not ready yet. It's just not ready yet. You can look at all the indicators you want. It's not ready yet. Let's look at the RSI. Let's go to that weekly. Tesla's a tough cookie. You got to wait for volume. It's one of the most traded stocks. So you need a lot of volume to get this thing moving up again. And we could see that. We could see that. GME Tesla to 102. Okay. I mean, for why would it go to 102? I'm taking that personal here. 102. Tell me why. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna take it personal, bro. It could go to 102. I mean, there's things that could happen that takes it to 102. I just think we're closer to the Fed cutting rates in the end of the summer. It could be June, July, August, September. Who knows? I think the Fed's getting closer to cutting rates, and that's going to increase Tesla's margins. Tesla, it's a legacy car company. Tesla crashed to 140, then 102, then 14. Okay. This guy is funny. Oh my goodness. I could see 104, but bro, 14, bro, I don't know what you're smoking, bro. 14 is kind of crazy. You got to have a thesis for that, right? What is your catalyst? What's the main catalyst that gets Tesla to 14? 104, something could happen. 14, at that point, you're trolling. You're trolling, bro. Okay. Either way, you guys know what I think, right? The summertime rally is starting to shape up because rates are starting to roll over. A slowing economy means a more dovish Fed. I think a lot of you guys swing trade wise, you're missing the fact that the economy is not going into recession. Just put that in the back of your mind. Joe Biden, the US Treasury, Janet Yellen, election, they're not going to allow a recession to happen. Is this in the way? Hold on. No, I guess we're fine. They're not going to let a recession happen. Then you see my broken phone right there on YouTube. I got to get a new phone. There we go. That looks better. They're just not going to let a recession happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, if you get if you do see a black swan event, right? Commercial real estate crashes a couple regional banks, the Fed misses it, and we have a short little recession for 2 quarters. I just don't think so. They're all looking into it. They have the best technology ever of all time. They're already implementing blockchain. And the Fed will do what they did in March of 2023. If a regional bank does have issues, they're going to come in and they're going to increase liquidity. And we're going to see the dollar tank. And we're going to see rates tank. And markets might struggle for a week or two, and then they're going to boom. Because that means lower rates, more stimulus. Why you don't trade AMC? Just not my type of trade. It's like there's a lot of fruit out there, but I don't eat every fruit. I like grapes. I'm not Apple. I don't like apples as much. So I'm just not going to trade AMC. If I see Mr. Meat Angel, if I see really good technicals, I might buy calls on AMC. But right now, I don't see anything that I'm interested in. I'm not going to go chase Roaring Kitty. I'm just not going to chase the dude. He's 10 steps ahead of most people. They're just going to follow him. And he's probably 10 steps ahead. BYD selling for 10K. BYD is cool. I mean, Baidu's already giving Tesla more data. Tesla can't compete with BYD. Yeah, I just think you're wrong. That's all. I just think you're completely wrong. Elon insider trading, going to jail. Dang, you are an extremist, bro. Going to jail? You wouldn't bet all your money on that. At this point, you're just spamming stuff in the chat. I think it's cute. He probably doesn't know what Tesla does. And don't take it personal. I'm just making fun of you because you said some extreme stuff there, bro. Elon's going to jail. Come on. Tesla's going to 14. Goodness sake. Let's get some real stuff in here. All right. So anyways, yeah, Tesla, I mean, look at that big wedge. Tesla's going to explode when it does. You just need a catalyst at this point. Maybe the next earnings report. Remember, China's doing full self-driving. They're trying to implement it. They're probably going to do it before the US. PepsiCo expanded on their fleet, their autonomous fleet. So Tesla's diesel trucks, I don't know if they call them diesel trucks, but their fleet is getting more adoption. Energy storage business is ramping up. They have way more data than any other car company by far. Even the NVIDIA CEO, what's his name, Jensen Huang, admitted that Tesla is way ahead of everybody else when it comes to full self-driving. So it's just hilarious. Anyways, I think this is going to be the real show here, Bitcoin. Crypto is going to, I think crypto outpaces NVIDIA. I think Bitcoin gets, bigger than Apple, Amazon, Microsoft in this next. I think Bitcoin gets bigger than everything in this next 9 months. If Bitcoin moves to 150, we're looking at a $2.5 trillion valuation. Okay, we could do that. We could do that in March of 2025, maybe the end of the year. The question is, can we go to 200K, 250K? You're gonna have to have a very good macro setup. It's possible. Is it the highest probability? Probably not. The highest probability is somewhere between 100 and 150K, right? But those probabilities could definitely change as we get the macroeconomic policies start to change, right? If Trump is elected and he's a lot more pro Bitcoin and he starts increasing regulation for Bitcoin in Bitcoin's favor, you could see Bitcoin go much higher, right? So things can change on the path higher. Things can definitely change as we rise. But either way, yeah, I still think Bitcoin's, we're at all-time highs. We're starting to form this wedge. Let's go to the daily chart. Let's go to the daily chart here. Okay, we broke out of the wedge. We're forming another wedge pattern. Very bullish. Rates are coming down. That's going to put, I think it's really the dollar at this point. If we get the dollar roll over, then I think we see Bitcoin start to, make another move. Ethereum looks even better than Bitcoin. I already broke out of this falling wedge pattern, and Ethereum is holding the level. Very constructive, 3,700, call it, right? Holding the level here. Oh, sorry, you guys can't even see it. Ethereum's holding the level. And then my favorite is Chainlink. My favorite is Chainlink. Nobody has more institutional adoption than Chainlink. Nobody has a bigger, wider use case than Chainlink. No other crypto can compete with Chainlink services. It's not even close. It's not even close. And I'm not talking about versus Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those are totally different use cases. And my price target for Chainlink by August is somewhere around 40, 35, 40 is my price target. I think by end of year, we could hit 100. That's pretty bullish. Next year, if the rally goes into summertime, I think we could see 150 Chainlink. Some people are saying 200, right? You don't want to get crazy. You want to lower the higher you go, the lower the probability for sure, right? The higher the price, the lower the probability. But the easy probability, we're definitely going to 50. Okay. I give it a 75, 80% chance we go to 100. Is it going to be this year? Possibly. There's some, they're doing a lot of things here. Chainlink is doing more than any other crypto. It's not even close. I'm telling you, it's not even close. They actually have real partnerships with institutions. Dang, we got a Tesla debate here on TikTok. Spot on regarding Tesla. Oh yeah, Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's gonna do Tesla. Tesla's gonna do Tesla. Anyways, if you guys are interested in the utility sector, okay, utilities are going higher. This is utility index, XLU is definitely going higher because of energy, electricity demand is going to skyrocket over the next probably 5 to 10 years, which is why you're going to need energy storage, battery technology, cough, cough, Tesla, right? And there's other companies, obviously. You're going to need that because energy usage is going to go up for AI, for data centers, right? You need more data centers. So here's the utility index. Now, I don't think anybody's going to trade that, maybe, but here's a stock that's been just ravaging higher, right? I mean, this thing is up. What is this? Constellation Energy from January. So from the beginning of the year, it's up what? It got up to 110% for utility stock. Is that normal? Probably not. It's on trend though. It's on trend. I was looking at the options on it. I didn't really like the options. I mean, I didn't really like the risk reward. I'd rather hold crypto. I rather play crypto. But if you're interested in CEG, copper still moving higher, pulling back a little bit. Don't forget about the Grayscale Chainlink Trust G-Link. Yeah, you're right. G-Link, a lot of demand. I mean, the price was what? Got up to like 80, 90? Got up to like 80, 90, something like that. I mean, I keep telling you guys, Chainlink's going to eat on this cycle. It's going to eat. It's going to eat, man. Shiba coin, Dogecoin. Hey, I hope you make money, but they don't have a real use case. All right, so we went through those, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Also, you have the Indian Stock Exchange all-time highs now. This is the ETF. It's INDY. Nobody probably cares, but India, the economy of India is starting to accelerate, and this is why Tesla or Elon is trying to go into India, because they're becoming the new manufacturing hub for the world. Nobody wants to go to China anymore. It's a little cheaper in India, They have a, they have higher, their population growth is actually increasing, and it's cheaper. So manufacturing is probably going to move over to India. So the Indian economy is, it was the fastest growing economy from the major countries, because you have Guyana moving at what, 17% a year, but Guyana is like tiny. So India is the fastest growing economy right now. Stock, this is the stock market for India moving. Nobody probably cares. Just keep in mind the global economy is starting to pick up. The global business cycle is starting to pick up. Who benefits most from that? Probably all your big themes: AI, energy storage, robotics. All those themes are going to pick up. I think blockchain is going to be the best, easiest investable one. Filecoin. I haven't looked at Filecoin. I used to own Filecoin. USD. And I'm also waiting for Arweave. Arweave is like unlimited storage. Okay, let's take a look at Filecoin. I'm not gonna mess with it. I gotta ask my brother. He's the tech guy, so he'll tell me what's going on with the actual development in Filecoin. Is it worth it? Did something change? So okay, Filecoin starting to pick up. I like Aave. That's cool. Let's go to see what we got in big data. Go ahead and throw out your tickers. Let's do some TA on your tickers. If you guys want me to do some TA, throw it out there. I'll wait for you. Other than that, India has unions. India stock market at drug high. You were just the bearish guy. You were the most bearish guy. But guess what? I respect your tenacity. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you're pretty bearish, bro. You probably short the market, huh? I am Indian. Oh, you are Indian. Okay, so no wonder you're bearish. You should be bullish. You're Indian, bro. Is your country is the fastest growing, lowest age country in the world right now. You guys got all the opportunity. Whole market chop until power hour, probably. Apple. Okay. Did you mean Apple APLD? I don't know what APLD is. APLD. Did you mean Apple? Applied Digital Corporation. Never seen it. Never seen it. All right, let's do some TA on this. Let's throw on these moving averages, see where we're at. You know what? Let me widen this. It's hard to see with this camera right in front of my face. There we go. All right. Okay. There's no way you meant this, bro. Did you mean Apple Andrea Drews? Andrea Andrews. Did you mean Apple, or did you really mean APLD? Really hard to believe that this is what you're talking about. Hey, what up, Eli? What up, Eli? How's it going? GME. We looked at GME earlier. GME is trying to curl up. Look, it looks bullish. It broke out of this. It's broken out of this trend, right? Long-term trend. It filled the gap. It is now moving away from the gap. I want to see another gap fill, but really it's a gamble. If you're looking at GME, you're just trying to get lucky. There's not real technicals other than a gap fill. If it fills a gap, it has the opportunity to start to push back up. But I think you missed it. I think if you wanted to get in GME, you had to have done it here. And now Roaring Kitty, it wants you to chase the stock. We like the stock to get you guys to buy it in. Okay. And he's a smart guy. He's probably 10 steps ahead of most people. But I am not interested in GME. What would get me interested in GME? Maybe if the Fed cuts rates, because that means margin usage, rates on margin are going to go down. People are going to start taking a lot more risk. But right now, not interested in GME. And the short interest is not the same as it was last time. That's my view on GME. Itching for BTC to break out. Looks ready. Yeah, hey, look, Bitcoin will break out this summer. I know that's not saying much, but if you're not a Bitcoin guy, it is breaking out this month. I failed to buy at 70 cents. Ondo. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin's looking good. All All right, so yeah, ISM came in. Let's do a recap. What do we got? 49 minutes. Throw me your tickers. If you want me to do some tickers, throw me your tickers. I really like Bitcoin, right? And let me throw in a little content that we haven't done before with Bitcoin. All right. So how do you know the top? I'm going to start writing about this pretty soon here. I always say pretty soon. It's probably going to be end of July is the top in Bitcoin. How are you going to find this top? It's hard. You probably want to see a 90 RSI. Okay, for Bitcoin, you probably want to see a 90 RSI in the monthly chart. Why is my chart freaking out? There we go. Okay, my bad. Okay, so 90 RSI is right here. Here we are, 90 RSI. This is what you want to see. This was 2017. We move forward 2021, 90 RSI. Okay, and then this time we're barely getting started. Dang it, this thing is annoying. Oh, it's because they have bots on TikTok, robots just running content. All right. So we haven't even broken out really. We're still ready to skyrocket here. Dory first says also computer vision stocks for auto self-driving lidar tech OUST INDI LIDR. Okay. When Coinbase is number one in the App Store. There's some stuff we could look at. We're gonna do, ISM. Bitcoin is very correlated to ISM, which came out today, right? It hasn't even expanded over into, it's not an expansion territory yet. What about MAGA? What about Mara? Okay, SPY. Okay, here we go. All right, SPY. All right, let's do SPY. Let's do SPY. What's your time frame? The guy who asked for SPY, what is Wave Runner? What is your time frame for SPY? What are you looking at? Are you trying to trade SPY? Are you investing in SPY? What are you looking at? Here's my levels right here. Okay. I think we bottomed out on Friday. Why did we bottom out Friday? Because the PCE report, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, was very positive. It is still deflating. We're still in deflation. Okay. We're still looking at not deflation, my bad. We're still in disinflation. Inflation, the inflation rate, the rate at which prices climb is starting to slow. That might be hard to wrap around your heads, but basically, if prices go up by 50% and then the next month they go up again, but they only go up by 20%, well, inflation is slowing, right? So PCE came in well, market sold off first, bounced, and then gapped up, and it had a strong close. Same thing today. We had the ISM come in weaker than expected, which is bullish in my view, because we're not looking at recession. It came in weak, and we retested that breakout area. I guess it's not the breakout area, but we retested Friday's. Oh, there it was. Friday's pre-market. Here it is. We retested Friday's pre-market. I think we got a little below it. Yeah, we did. We got down to. Okay. Oh no, it was the breakout. That's what I was talking. Okay, yeah, we came down to the breakout area where we kind of consolidated, and then on Friday, end of day, we just ripped. We came right back down, found support at that level. So I don't know what your time frame is, Way Runner, but did he say anything? No, not really. Okay, all right, but yeah, I'm looking at S&P staying below 550, no 532 tomorrow. I think I have a 532 call spread. I have a 532 call spread. Let me see, 532. Should I move this? That was a previous support. No, I'll just keep it there. 532 call spread. And this resistance was put in place. I believe it was after, was it CPI? I think it was after CPI on May 22nd is when we got that resistance at 532. We sold off and we never came back. Was it CPI? I think it was CPI. It was something like that. Can't track all this data. Something significant. I remember that day. And then on the downside, you're looking at 518. 30-minute chart. Let's see. Just to be clear, I think we're going to consolidate between, these levels. We might be consolidating until Friday. The market wants to see cooling employment. It wants to see employment continue to cool. Okay. I see you, Veronica Martinez. What up? I see you with the macro question. Let me get through some of these guys real quick. Tesla and Mara. We kind of went over Tesla already. What is your time frame? When you give me a ticker, tell me what is your time frame. Right? If you're investing, that's a totally different way to do technical analysis versus you just want to trade. Okay. So Tesla, real quick. Tesla's wedging. You got to be patient. Be patient. Wait for the catalyst. We never know. You want to see Tesla hold 175. Under 170, you don't. I mean, under 170, the momentum's gone. That's it. It could always capitulate real quick down here and retest that previous low, and then come back up. And Tesla does that. But if you get below 170 and hold for like 34 minutes and it's below VWAP, it's a dead trade. Okay. On the upside, you want to see Tesla break out of the wedge, get above 185. I want to say 185, and you want to see it hold VWAP. You want to see it hold VWAP. But right now, you got to stay patient. There's really nothing right now. We got to stay patient. Okay. Mara is just tracking Bitcoin and pretty much crypto, mostly Bitcoin. I'm not a fan of these, but it is starting to climb. It is starting to climb here. And it's holding that. Okay, it's holding the previous resistance. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's see, Mara. I'm gonna say 20, bro. Whoever's looking at Mara, I think you want to hold 20. You really want to see a hold over 20. I don't like these stocks. They're too. I think they're very inconsistent, and it depends how you trade. Are you trying to invest in? I don't know, but I think you really want to see Mara hold 20 and then break this downtrend. It's not really big, but you want to see it break that downtrend, sort of like it did back here. Let me make it a little clearer, okay? So, has the upside momentum, pulls back, breaks the downtrend, okay? Pulls back, holds higher, breaks the downtrend. Okay, breaks out, pulls back. So somewhere, I'm going to say, Mar, if you were looking for an entry, it is holding 20 at the moment, right? It's trying to hold 20. I'm going to say you want to get over the previous 3 days. So 2060 is probably something you want to see it hold. 2060 or 2050. There we go. You can see it, right? You can see it on the screen. 2050 for Mara. You want to see a hold of 2050. Get above these candles, get above these red candles and hold. All right, next. Is MAGA an actual ticker? America First ETF. What is this? Is this literally a Trump stock? That's hilarious. Confirm that to me, Dennis. Is this what you're talking about when you said MAGA? MAGA Trump stock? Solana thoughts. Look, Solana is going to go a lot higher just because there's so much interest in it. I'm not a fan of Solana. I rather own Chainlink. Solana has issues. Solana will have issues. Chainlink has none. CRM. There's a couple. Yeah, CRM is. We want to look at CRM. CRM was something we're looking at. Wave Runner. Are you selling options? Or are you buying options? CRM got destroyed. I put this anchored VWAP because Dima, shout out to Dima, she was looking at it earlier. So if we pull the anchored VWAP from the previous low, CRM's coming right back into that support. Doesn't look bad. Just know your stop. This one's easy, right? It's easy because we can already see where your support is. Your support's at 220. Just to make it clear, it supports around 220. If it gets below 220 and it holds for any significant amount of time, and when I say significant, I'm gonna call below 220 if it holds for, and I don't really know CRM stock that well. Every stock moves a little different, but if it holds for about 30 minutes to an hour, or you could just say a day, if it closes below 220, I don't like it. I really don't like this either because we tried to break out, got rejected. I don't like that either. Try to break out, got rejected. Broke out here, came back, got rejected. Let's look on the 30 minutes, see if we can see anything on the 30-minute chart. It looks like pre-market. Okay, we got some pre-market support, 230. So you might want to look at 230. That's a pre-market from earnings. This is a pre-market level from earnings. Yeah, from earnings. Yep. So 230. You want to see it hold 230. All right. Is it going to gap down on you? I don't know. It could, but right now I think the market's going to be going higher. So it looks good. It looks straight. It's holding 230. It's holding that pre-market resistance level. I think CRM goes higher from here. It's still a solid company, right? Even if AI doesn't work, they can still pivot. So CRM looks straight. Got to hold 230 and then got to hold 220. And you want to see it get above VWAP. Don't just buy it. You want to see it above, and it depends what you're doing too, but that's what I look at. Okay. Salesforce 530 by Wednesday, new high next week for S&P. I'm guessing he's talking about S&P. Oh, my bad, Veronica. Let me go to Veronica here on YouTube. Shout out to the YouTubers. Hey, if you think I have add value, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. I hate saying that over and over. I forget, but it helps me with the algorithm. So if you think I bring you value, give me me the likes, get some likes up. Just spam the likes for like 30 seconds. Just spam them real quick. I know it feels weird, but just do it for me, please. And then if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, check that out. Link in the description. And I'm working on a course, but check out the newsletter is free. Go get that. It's free. It's free information. All right. So Veronica says, I don't think they understand that inflation is not how expensive things are. It's how expensive they get in a given time frame. Correct, Veronica. Price action has slowed down significantly. Also stating facts is not your political affiliation. Yep. Political affiliation gets you killed. Appreciate the likes there for whoever that is. Not a question. It's a public service announcement. I do want you to check out US 30 just to hear your feedback. Okay, yeah. We'll do US 30. Futures, right? I think that's Dow futures, yeah. Dow futures. All right, we'll take a look at Dow futures. Let's go to the daily chart. I'm pretty sure somebody else is looking at this. It's not just Veronica. It's somebody in Instagram. Sorry, you guys always have. It's I know who is it? Thorpe. Vero Thorpe. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but yeah, I know she looks at the US 30 too. So we'll look at the US 30 here. Real quick. Would you buy Ondo right now? I failed to buy. I would not buy Ondo. Solana prediction for June, much higher. I don't know. I really don't know, Mark. It's going to be higher though. It'll be much higher in July. I think crypto really peaks somewhere in late July. Meta, we'll look at Meta. Chronos token, not interested. Okay. Dennis. Oh, so MAGA was it? Okay. MAGA was it? All right. It looked good. I don't know what it does. I mean, I don't know what it does. I don't even know what it is. How do you have a MAGA stock? What is that? Is it literally Truth Social? I don't know. Excuse me, buying puts I find hard to do. AMC, I'm not really buying puts. What are those green squares? Are they FVGs? Not sure what FVGs are. Can you spell that out? All right, so we're gonna do US 30 real quick. I appreciate the likes too. Also appreciate you guys. So US 30, let's go. Let me see. Is this the US 30? I've never really looked at it. Okay, so that's our previous resistance level. What's your time frame, Veronica? Also, are you day trading this? Or are you swing trading it? Because that's going to make a difference here for the US 30. Obviously, we're starting to go a little higher here. You have support at. I mean, your low support is somewhere around. These are big numbers, man. These are some big numbers. I don't want to be like 37,726 and 8 cents. That's crazy. Let's just go 37. Actually, just look at the chart. You see it, 37.7, right? You got support here. I'm going to do lines. No, those green boxes are just another way that I chart. Just another way I was charting. All right, so here we go. We got that. We got this. Let me take the green boxes off. Let's just do lines. It's a little easier. You got some resistance here that matches up. This is a toughie. It just looks like it's starting to consolidate. So this is Dow futures. I think if you get a move, it's going to be Friday for Dow. I'd be a little more bullish. We are making higher lows. Okay, let me go to my tool here. We are making higher lows. So this was our low. We came in a little higher low. And me personally, we had ISM lower. As long as rates, so Veronica, keep an eye on interest rates. Keep an eye on 10-year rates. As long as rates kind of roll over or the dollar rolls over, the US 30, this should be the low. This 38K, 38,000, that should be the low. Right? Because the market wants to see a slowing economy. As counterintuitive as that seems, a slower economy means a dovish Fed, which means stimulus, rate cuts, and QE are being pulled closer to where we are today. If the economy strengthens too fast, too much, the probability of inflation staying stickier longer is up, and those rate cuts and QE get pushed out. So we actually want to see a slower economy. We actually want to see a sluggish economy. We don't want to see a recession, but guess what? You don't just get a recession. Okay? It's not going to happen. It doesn't just come unless you get a black swan event. Anyways, US 30. Okay, let's go to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart here. Looks like we're pulling into, oh yeah, that looks good. We're pulling into the previous, this was last week. I believe this was last week's little consolidation zone. So we're holding that. So I would be long over this, Veronica. I'd be long over 38,240, maybe even 38. I'm not used to this price action, so it's kind of weird. It looks to me, it looks sketchy. I know this is what futures looks like, so I'm not used to it, but I would say somewhere in this zone, I would stay here. I'm going to use the rectangle. Somewhere in this zone, I would stay long above this zone. I don't know how you trade, but that's what it looks like. And then your next resistance is right here. And then, obviously right here, it just sounds so simple. I don't see anything though. Like this isn't my type of trade. But definitely you got support right there. You definitely got support there. A little bit of resistance up here. We'll see. We probably need more time, but watch rates, watch interest rates and the dollar. If the dollar keeps rolling over, this should be going higher because you're looking at futures, I believe. SBSW is a stock for plutonium. Plutonium? SBSW? Dang, how do you guys find these stocks? Did I put that in right? SBSW? This is plutonium, huh? Looks like I charted. Looks like somebody gave this to me before. It's probably you, Doifer. Okay, I see. Big wedge pattern here. Big wedge pattern. I know nothing about plutonium, so I can't really give any insight, but it does look like it wants to break out. Does look like it's starting to climb. I don't think we've seen this type of price action before. And this trend, this downtrend, kind of right here. You had a reverse head and shoulders, broke out, got rejected by the trend. Here you got another reverse head and shoulders starting to break out. So you want to get above this level, 590. Yeah, I'd say 590. You get the break, the retest, boom, let's go. 590. Break and retest to 590. It could be 6. It's probably 6. Let's just go with 6. It's an easier number. You use daily swing. Okay, yeah, you could swing that then, Veronica. You could definitely swing that. All right, well, what else we got on here? AMC Zach. What is Zach? Zach. I don't know why I put in the dollar sign there. Zach. I don't know if that's a stock. I don't know what that is. Zach to 5. GME. We sort of went over GME. I'm gonna go over Dennis. Dennis has MAGA. Uh-oh, don't get triggered. MAGA stock. Point Bridge America First ETF. I mean, this thing, I don't know what, I really have no clue what the fundamentals are, but it looks really good. There's like no volume in it, but it does look good. It broke out of this consolidation. And we're in an election year. So if this has anything to do with politics, it could just go up. It could turn into a meme trade. Would I own it? Hell no, because, no, I wouldn't own it. Could it be a nice trade? Sure. But it's moving up. It looks good. It looks constructive. It's just like, where do you buy this? Is this on Robinhood? I don't know. Starting to consolidate here. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I don't understand the fundamentals here, but the chart looks really good. The chart looks good. It's holding higher. It's holding higher. It broke out and it's consolidating. Probably goes higher from here, especially in an election cycle. Um okay, what else we got here? CRM, we went over that. Ondo went over that. Fair value gaps, MAGA, crypto. Oh, is this a crypto? This is a crypto? No way. It's not a crypto. Okay, cool. Swings. Yeah. Well, Palantir is really looking just as another swing trade. If anybody's looking out, I'm selling puts on Palantir pretty far out. Not as far out. July 20, I think July like 29th. I'm selling the 20 puts and I'm buying the 20. No, I'm sorry. I'm selling the 21 puts. Am I selling the 21s or the 20s? Let me double check. Let me double check here. It's not like a huge trade, but oh yeah, I'm selling the 21s. There we go. I'm selling the 21s and I'm buying the 20 puts for cheaper to hedge. A lot of support here, a lot of consolidation. The AI narrative is still in place. I like really. I mean, price action on Palantir doesn't always look the best, but I do like it. I like it. I don't mind it. See, no, we're good. We're good. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Let's take a look at this. Let's see if we have any nice charts on big data. No. Dang, this thing got smoked. That was a nice uptrend, just got smoked. Rotation. Palo Alto Network. This is cybersecurity. These are going to be secular trends, cybersecurity, along with blockchain, along with artificial intelligence, along with energy storage, along with robotics. But these ones are a lot easier to be invested in. Palo Alto Networks, I believe. It looks straight. It looks like it pulled back into support. Okta got smashed. I don't know what's going on. Okta doesn't look good. I know CrowdStrike is a popular one. Where's CrowdStrike at? It's up here. Double topped on you. Yep. CrowdStrike double topped. I think these are all boring though. I think really where it's at is crypto. I think it's crypto. You can't deny it. It's a Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin is literally like stair stepping. Check out this pattern, right? We've been in this uptrend for a while. We got above that trend, right? So now we're starting to make another power move. We got above the trend, above this uptrend, and now we're supporting the top of that uptrend. So that is momentum. That is momentum starting to build up for Bitcoin, and it is crypto season. It is crypto season. Boom, broke out of that. So we're moving higher. So yeah, keep your eye on Bitcoin. This looks really good. I think we're gonna break out pretty soon here in June. Remember, you got the Fed balance sheet starting to pick up. Let's see if we have any macro stuff. Dang, this screen does not do well. Why does it look so much different on my computer at home? Let me open it up here. Let's see where liquidity is at. Liquidity is picking up a little bit. Let's just go pure liquidity. You want to see liquidity break out. The Fed's balance sheet. No, not interested. Here we go. This is what I want to see. Fed net liquidity starting to pick up a little bit. Fed net liquidity. This is real liquidity to the market. This is what drives risk assets like crypto. Fed net liquidity. Look that up. You can put it on TradingView. Fed net liquidity starting to climb higher. Now, if we get a commercial real estate, if we get some issues in commercial real estate where the banking sector, their balance sheets basically go underwater, the Fed's balance sheet is going higher. And if the Fed injects more liquidity into capital markets, into the financial system, Bitcoin's going much higher. Crypto's going much higher. Okta got hacked. Oh, they got hacked. That's why they're going lower. No way. A cybersecurity company got hacked. That tells you how strong crypto is. Bitcoin has never been hacked. Chainlink never been hacked. Can't say that for Solana. That might be just an opportunity to buy on the news. Yeah, you might be right. It's probably a buy. It's probably a buy. They'll fix it. So yeah, Fed net liquidity is coming in. What else do we have here? Oh, reverse repo. See where this is at. This thing's almost drained. This is why the Fed is turning the balance sheet on. Once this thing gets to zero, that means the cushion, right? Liquidity cushion or money supply cushion. It's just shadow liquidity, shadow support from the Fed is gone. So they're going to have to turn on their balance sheet. Once this goes to zero, this is the zero bound. Can't really see it because I had to change the charts. But once this goes to zero, we will be seeing the Fed's balance sheet, which is represented by WALCL on TradingView. We'll see the Fed's balance sheet start to bottom out and go flat. And then the market is going to predict that the Fed's balance sheet actually starts to pick up. This is what the Fed uses to purchase the debt created by the US Treasury and sometimes corporate debt, sometimes business debt, right? So they've been selling debt, and when they sell debt, they're collecting cash, which goes back into their account. But now they're going to slow down. They're going to slow down the removal of money. They're going to start buying back treasuries. That is so bullish for markets. Nobody sees it coming. You saw it here first, right? Trying to make it easy for you. But markets are going to boom, and crypto stands to do the best. I mean, look at that chart. That's a beautiful chart. I think we went over everything though. Highlight of the day. Let's do a recap really quick. Let's do a real quick recap. S&P 500 is, unless you got any more questions for the macro, I'm going to just do a little recap. Let's go to S&P macro. All right. So we are in an uptrend. Okay. We're still in a bull market. Don't be fooled by the recession talk. Don't be fooled by inflation is going higher. It's not happening. It is not happening. Okay. There's no signal for that. I mean, I don't want to say there's no signal, but there's no evidence that inflation is reaccelerating. There's no evidence. The only evidence we have is that inflation, the rate of prices, is sticky. It is pretty sticky. It's sticking around on headline 3.4, but Fed PCE, personal consumption expenditure, that's at 2.8, 2.7. That's not bad, right? The Fed wants to see it go to 2.5 to 2, and they'll settle for 2.5. So we're headed in the right direction as far as the inflation fears. The inflation risks are slowly dissipating, which is why you have the market at all-time highs, which is why Bitcoin is at all-time highs. And the bond market is still getting smashed, but the stock market and the crypto market at all-time highs. That's not going to happen if the big money, right? If if market makers believe that inflation is still a threat. It is not. Okay, it is not a threat. That is not happening. The real threat is geopolitical uncertainty, and we're not seeing that either. If you really had, if the Ukraine war was so bad, and when I say so bad, I'm talking about economically, not the actual war, right? That is terrible. Nobody wants to have war, but the market only cares about, is this going to ruin the flow of money? And usually what you get is a spike in oil. But guess what? This is the highlight. Keep this in mind right here. This is the highlight. This gets the market much more bullish because oil prices, oil in general, is the largest input to inflation. When oil drops like this, when you have a big drop in oil, inflation pressures going forward are going to fall. Yes, I do have a Discord. Message me if you want to check out the Discord. Send me a message. Just send me a message, bro. I'm not going to put it on here, but just send me a message, and then I'll send you the Discord. Make sure you're legit. I don't want no bots in my Discord. So anyways, yeah, oil is collapsing, right? Oil is collapsing, and it's not collapse. I'm being a little exaggerative here. Okay. I'm exaggerating a little bit. But I think this is very bullish for the market. Okay. And these are the macro forces, right? This is what my strategy is built off of, is using the macro forces in your favor to see when the tailwinds, or when the headwinds turn into tailwinds. We are getting a freaking tailwind going into the summer. Oil is dropping. Inflation pressures are coming down. Now we got interest rates. I mean, they're not falling super fast, but they're weakening, right? 10-year rates are weakening. That is very bullish for the market because these are the rates at which companies borrow money. Okay. If their interest rates to borrow money to build production, distribution for goods and services, if their interest rates are falling, then that means their earnings are going to be higher because they pay less to run the business. They pay less for capex. They pay less. If they pay less, their valuation, their value goes up. We want to see rates come down, not collapse, come down. And the last macro force is the dollar. The dollar looks like it wants to roll over. This is super bullish. Now we never know, right? It could find some support, but the more you see the dollar roll over, right? The closer you are to seeing the market take another very big move to the upside, take another big move to the, because I don't want to be too exaggerative. Bitcoin's going to rally hard. S&P will rally, but the Bitcoin is going to rally hard if we get the dollar rollover. Keep that in your mind. And we'll do some other stuff. The VIX going nowhere. Stop betting on the VIX. Okay, stop betting on the VIX. The VIX ain't going nowhere. You're going to lose money betting on the VIX. How about let's take a look at before we move on. Let's take a look at the internals. Okay, how many stocks, market internals, how many stocks are moving above their 50-day moving average? 50-day moving average is a good metric. Okay. Oh, guess what? We're moving higher. So we have 50% of stocks, okay, moving above their 50-day moving average at the moment. Here it is right here on TikTok. You guys can't see it. Okay. That is market breadth. What this really means is participation in the market, overall participation is starting to pick up. Okay. This was the slide in participation. It picked up, and then we're making a higher low. So stocks are participating. When you see GameStop explode in pre-market, that's a barometer. That is a what do they say? I can't remember what the saying is. Anyways, it's a barometer that, hey, look, breadth is picking up. Participation in the market is picking up. That's really good. So we have that. We got move index is bond volatility going nowhere. Safety. This is, market is safe. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. This is going to be a summertime rally. Keep that in mind. This is a summertime rally we're looking at, and crypto stands to do the best. Okay, crypto stands to do the best. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If we get any more significant news, then I'll go ahead and report it. I like Robinhood. I like AMD. I like Palantir. I like Tesla. But you got to be real patient with Tesla. And of course, Bitcoin, Chainlink's my number one. Ethereum is going to boom. Those are my big picks right there. Okay. Technology always wins. Letting you know about Oracle Network on Solana called Pyth, USDT, Solana, beta play. Okay. Pyth. I think Pyth got hacked, bro. I could be wrong. I remember seeing something about Pyth. And that's cool. Thanks for letting the viewers know, Doifer. There's a lot of plays out there. This is crypto summer, so we're gonna rip higher for sure. The importance of oracles and importance of Solana. Sure, I'm not a Solana fan. I'm just not. Doifer, it'll go up. Solana will go up. I'm just not a Solana fan. I'm not gonna shill Solana. My favorite macro guy loves Solana. I just don't. But that doesn't mean the price doesn't go up. That doesn't mean Solana doesn't go up. Don't get me wrong. Solana is going higher. Okay, Solana is going higher. And it has one of the best trends in the market. It does have one of the best trends in the market. Probably goes to all-time highs this summer. Could I say this summer? Probably does. It probably does. It is consolidating. So you get above this 200 level and hold, it's boomtown for Solana. All right, I'm going to finish off on the comments here, and then I'm out. I don't think I see anything. You've been spot on with your calls. I appreciate it, B Alpha. Thank you. Do you have a Discord? Yeah, message me for the Discord. I already went over that. GME, what a flop. Yeah, GME is trash. Stay with crypto. Crypto, listen, at the end of the day, nothing's going to outperform crypto in general, okay, on this next cycle. Mark my words. There might be a couple penny stocks, but crypto is your best bet in this environment, at this point in the economic cycle, at this point in the financial cycle, at this point in the interest rate cycle, at this point in the credit cycle. Crypto, this is where it goes bananas. We're in the banana zone. We're in the banana zone. I'm not advocating for anybody to buy Bitcoin. You know what I think, but what I am telling you is this is the opportunity. It is crypto, not all those other trash coins. Stay safe. Hey, you want to go in Solana? Great, but I'm only going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. Those are the only secure networks I know that are very secure, the most secure by far. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. Anything can happen in crypto, but this is the time where the opportunity is. Yes, I'm long AMD. I'm long AMD. All right. I'll catch you guys next time. Appreciate it. Stay blessed. Lift weights. Eat healthy. Improve. Learn something new every day. And most of all, stay blessed. Give to your neighbor in need. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, YouTube. Catch you guys next time.